Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first-time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.
Peace. Today is Monday, December 16th, making today's math.
Knowledge, equality, all being born to God.
That's right. Knowledge is the foundation. Equality is to deal equally in all forms of knowledge, and God is your higher self. All right, clap it up. Yeah. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Godfrey is on the road right now. He's actually in Israel. Okay?
Yeah.
But we're going to actually give him a call in a minute. Okay? Give him a little shout out real quick.
On your phone. On your network.
Nah, well, it'll be his shit roaming, not mine. I'm still here. But anyway, we got DJ Fact Checker Rage behind us. What's good, bro?
Quite present, sir. How are you?
I'm great. Okay. And we got Team Yanadameen up in the motherfucking house.
Yeah.
Live studio audience. We got some newcomers here today. Welcome. And we got some returning guests. Thank you for returning. And of course, you at home. Thank you once again. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and press that bell down there so that you're alerted when we release new videos. And
The like button. And all that
click the
good-
like and go
all that good
comment
stuff.
and talk about how beautiful Digga is and all that. Don't we love her ensemble today? You looking real like you finna go somewhere after this. Where you going? You ain't invite me. You ain't tell me to throw on my good
I mean,
shit.
you know, this Monday. This just Monday.
I woke up like this.
Monday me. Wait till y'all see me on Tuesday.
Well, that's what's up.
And it's my birthday week. Ooh.
Okay. Clap it up for Digga.
Yeah.
It's her birthday week.
Yeah. I'm happy to see another one, man. We losing a lot of artists out here in these rap streets.
Almost 30, right?
Yeah. I still got ways to go though. Yeah.
Almost 30. You're in your
20s.
early
I'm in my
late 30s.
early late
late
20s.
30s. We were over here talking about Digga has a whole system.
Oh, I got a whole system. So
Go ahead.
So, the average people before such and such, before you get to the 5, before you get to the halfway, you either early or late. Or before 5, it's early. After 5, it's late. So my thing is, no, you got 1, 2, 3, which is the early. Then you got 4, 5, 6, which is the mid. And then you got 7, 8, 9, which is the late. Now,
even though in real math, anything beyond 5 is just closer to the next whole number. Okay? So
the first,
but somehow she's worked some shit out. Listen, check this out.
So for the 40 plus club out there, if you 44, you still in your early mids. If you're 45, you're in your mids. If you're 46, you in your late mids. Now, when you get to 47, you're in your early, late 40s. When you get to the 7, you're in your early, late, such and such. And then you get to the 8, you're in your mid, late, such and such. And then you get to the 9, then you're just late. Then
you're in your late
yeah,
40s.
then you're just late. But yeah, see how that
Ladies and
works?
gentlemen, she's got it figured out.
Hey, I got this, baby.
She's got it figured out.
Semantics all day.
So we're gonna say she's in her
20s.
your early late 20s.
I'm in my early late 20s.
Is that what? Is that what?
Yeah.
What is that your story? And that's what you sticking to it?
I stopped counting after 27.
Okay, I hear you. Well, whatever age you are, you're looking beautiful. They love you at home. Happy born.
I love y'all too.
Okay, so now
y'all
Godfrey's
for
not
that.
here because he's in Israel, y'all.
Oh wait, I do got one thing to say. Y'all gonna cut it out with this skin bleaching shit. Don't be trying to say I'm skin bleaching because the lights is too bright. That damn it, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
We tried to turn him down a little bit today, and hopefully you're not looking.
Okay.
You know, you're looking your nice brown complexion that you are.
Yeah.
But so yeah, listen, I wanna hit up Godfrey because he's in Israel.
Nice.
And come on, this motherfucker's nice enough to get shows in Israel. What the fuck? So he wants to shout y'all out. Let me get the handheld. Oh, that's that foreign ring.
I'm about to say.
That's that foreign ring.
Sure you ain't Roman?
I hope not.
Peace.
Peace to the Godfrey.
Hey, Jamar and Digga there?
Yep.
Digga's here.
What up?
Man,
Hey, Godfrey.
when I just dialed, that shit had that foreign ring. You know that overseas ring?
Hell yeah. That shit was, I know, it was like,
I know you not fronting. Yeah, that shit sound crazy.
yeah, I'm far as hell, boy. Israel.
You're in Israel.
I'm in Israel.
What the fuck are you doing in Israel?
I mean, I'm doing shows, man, you know, with these other comedians doing shows for the, it's kind of like a kind of a tour that actually Jerry Seinfeld funded, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And yeah, so just doing it for these, you know, a lot of these Jewish people and shit, you know what I'm saying, with little money and shit.
Careful.
Like, what is that, velvet?
What is that, velvet? You fucking
What
schmeal?
is that? Kunta Kinte.
Schlemiel? You fucking schlemiel?
Shamil Slamazo.
Exactly.
How's the weather out there?
Yeah, man. What do you say?
She said, how's the weather out there?
Oh, it's nice, man. 70, man. It's perfect. Actually, it's perfect.
How's the
Yeah.
food?
He said, how's the food?
Food, yeah, you know, they don't short stuff on the eats, man. You know, they love baking all kinds of breads and shit. Bread, they got different chicken dish. They got everything, all kinds of shit.
And there ain't no swine. You can eat safely, because
No
kosher
swine.
means no
It's all
swine.
Kosher, boy. Kosher.
Very good. Very good. Yes, they like to
Yeah, you will
imitate
not
the
eat
eating
swine
habits of the
before
black
time.
man. Huh?
But I believe this because we're going to go see, you know, Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. So we're going to go to Jerusalem and all the, you know, see the old stuff. But you know I know all that shit is black. So
Right. I was just going to say, just know that that's your land, brother. That's not their land.
I'm like, this is where Jesus, I'll say, yeah, the black people was right there. You got some, you see the Ethiopians around here. You see a mixture of different people and stuff. But, you know, these Ashkenazis, you know, I'm like, yo, they didn't look like y'all. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. These Sephardic Jews, yeah. But anyway,
Right.
well, listen, you know,
We love you. We miss
we're not gonna
you.
run up your overseas minutes and all of that.
You be careful.
Yo, so is the Godcast peoples in the audience over there?
Of course, shout out Godfrey, y'all. Make some noise.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we in the house.
Yeah.
Bring back some chicken.
Cool.
He said, "Bring back some chicken." God, that's what Rage said. Bring back some chicken. Always asking some hungry
Doing the
shit.
sticks. Tell him is he doing the sticks whack right now?
Always got those hungry questions and shit. Hungry
Got the hungry
inquiries.
question.
Yeah, he
I'll bring
want to
some
know
challah bread. I'll
what's the
bring some
food
challah
like.
bread.
How much
I make
does it
some
weigh?
bread.
Do they give you a lot? Or what are the portions like? That's the type of shit Ray's
Yeah,
want to
big
know.
portions. You know what Kabbalah means backwards? It means holla back, man.
Oh shit.
Well, shit, we gonna holler back, bro. We appreciate you for calling in, talking to the people.
Yes, sir.
And shit,
Much love to y'all, folks. I'll see y'all next week. You know what I mean?
Yes,
A week
sir.
ago.
Yes,
All right, Mike.
turn up. My birthday.
safe travels, bro.
Shalom.
Peace. Salam alaikum. Godfrey, ladies and gentlemen.
Sir.
Clap it up.
That's our guy.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of Israel,
You want to just get to that?
well, yeah, I guess that you know, we should delve into that, and we have fact checker Rage that can also shed a little insight. But there was an incident in Jersey City last week where
Right. Okay.
where there was basically a shootout, and the end result was one officer dead, 2 suspects dead, and 3 hostages. And it was crazy because I'm watching
3
it.
hostages dead.
3 hostages, yes.
Right. And so one of them was the guy from the kosher shop. Somebody else that worked at the kosher shop.
Mm-hmm. And maybe I don't know who the
Yeah, I don't know who the last.
I'm
one was.
assuming they were just patrons in the store or the
Okay.
employees. But 5 people in the store died. 2 were the suspect. 3 were innocent. And then
the police.
initially was the cop that I
Right.
guess the whole situation went south in the first place. Now I'm watching this play out in real time, and it was crazy because you had, you know, they asked a white person, "Oh, what happened?" They're like, "Oh, so you did the shooters and it's high caliber weapons, just hundreds of rounds." And then they asked the brothers, "You know, tell us what happened." Yo, all I heard was blocka, blocka, blocka. like you, and you got to see it go back and forth from like the white people recapping it to the black people recapping it, and the other guy was like, he was like, "Oh, I just heard." So that happened. And when it first broke out, they were saying that a cop encountered some really bad people. So I'm matlocking it in my head. I'm like, so we got, what do we know? We've got U-Haul truck, possibly containing incendiary devices. Mm-hmm. We've got a cop operating solo.
Which is super weird.
We've got 2 perps. Meeting at a cemetery. Meeting at a cemetery. Somehow a shootout ensues. The perps jump in the U-Haul.
And what? No, the shootout ensues, and the police gets killed at the cemetery. Yes.
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 Right. That's where he got killed at.
Okay.
Right.
They ran 3 blocks and they came up on the U-Haul.
They came to the grave route in the U-Haul.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. All right, so they came in the U-Haul. They ended up taking off on foot 3 blocks. They end up in a kosher deli.
Right.
Where now, and then a standoff takes place for hours. But what everybody did say was for a good 4 to 5 minutes, it was just straight rounds. And then, and they said it lasted for hours, so I guess hours after that, there was just probably some sporadic gunfire. So I'm trying to piece it together in my head, like, you know, was this a undercover gun deal? Because the cop was noted for being decorated for removing several guns off the streets of Jersey City. So maybe this was a gun deal. He was working undercover. Things went left, and then it was.
Why would he be by himself, though, is what I'm saying. Like, only on TV shows do, like, people
Jack
work
Bauer.
like that. You know what I mean? like other than that, you're supposed to have backup and all that type of shit. The minute motherfuckers hand over the money or whatever, you know, you get out of clears where all of a sudden 20 fucking cop cars diverge on the scene. Like, that's how the shit usually go. Like, so why was this dude even by himself? That's one of the questions I want to know. Then on the news.
And not for nothing, were they in the U-Haul, or did the cop show up with the U-Haul?
We don't know all of
or
this.
Or did they show up with the U-Haul?
Again, we rely on a lot of their information too. But anyway, so on the news, the mayor of Jersey City, after all this happened, says that these guys targeted the kosher deli or wherever that they ended up going into. So now they're calling it an act of anti-Semitism. They're turning it into some other shit. Now, from the way it initially sounded, is a crime happened here, these guys ran somewhere and might have happened to run into this spot. They're saying that they targeted this place.
Right. Because now it has been revealed.
They're trying to tie it into some bigger shit.
I saw it as quote unquote a violent gang, black Hebrew Israelites, who are known for their anti-Semitic views.
Now, that being said, so accusing one of the people of being Hebrew Israelites. Now, a lot of people may not be too familiar with the Hebrew Israelites. You know, sometimes we see them on the corners of certain cities that we live in, and they have a certain style where they, they challenge people with scripture, and they might yell at them and all this. But we actually have someone with us, part of our team, who is very versed in that culture because he actually happened to deal with it at one time in his life. And that would be Fact Checker Rage.
Fact Checker Rage, Mr. Food Checker extraordinaire.
Mr. Food Checker, Fact Checker, actually was very heavily, deeply into the Hebrew Israelite community back in the days, yes?
Yes, sir, I was. Yes, sir.
So if you could give us a quick synopsis of what the Hebrew Israelites are about, what they represent, that way we can get it from our people, a trusted source, rather than,
Because the media is already...
what the media is going to tell us they are.
Painting the narrative of it being like a terrorist group, basically, so...
First thing I would like to do, Digga, I definitely want to applaud you for pointing out the narrative, you know what I'm saying? And particularly, just to go a step further, they said they found IEDs.
Improvised incendiary devices?
Incendiary devices, excuse me. Problem with that is that tags that into the terrorists, ISIS and, the Taliban. So there's a propaganda narrative in place that constantly, okay domestic policing with international policing. And that's been an issue that a lot of people in different communities have been critical about concerning the Hasidic community.
Give us a quick, please, a quick synopsis
Okay.
of who they are
And what they represent.
And what they represent.
Okay.
That's what we need.
Okay. All right. The Black Hebrew Israelites are organization that contends that the original identity of the people mentioned in the Bible were people of color, and the people who were sold throughout the transatlantic slave system were direct descendants of the Hebrew Israelites mentioned in the Bible. That is the doctrine.
Okay. So
So they're saying the original Hebrews is the black man, basically, right?
Yeah, the original, everybody was the black man.
Right.
If we
knew that already.
I was gonna say, if we are of the belief,
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
if we are of the belief that Jesus, olive skin, hair of wool, and all of everything that we read in the Bible is pretty much
Right,
black.
but aside from
Garden of Eden in Africa, or
right. What I will say, that I was privileged to learn, being in the organization, it taught you to be very scientific, scholarly. Like, we wasn't just in there like, kill the so-called Jews. It wasn't that. We was in there learning ancient maps, Hebrew, Assyrian Hebrew, Greek. We were really learning how to sort of put world history on a grid.
Is it a militant organization, as from what you know?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The thing is, you'd have to, define what militantism is. The point is, any organization that's worth its weight in salt has to have a militant component. Would I say that, there was an active wing or doctrine to go around doing what they said happened Tuesday? Absolutely not. Not by any stretch of the imagination, no.
So you don't know of anywhere in the doctrine of the Hebrew Israelites where they would, support people just randomly going out and seeking out Caucasian Jews, to kill them or anything like that.
Correct, quite the adverse. If there was any showdown or any type of, apocalyptic lessons in the doctrine, it was something that was supposed to be set upon by, God himself, per se. Nothing that men were supposed to just take upon themselves for like wanton violence. Absolutely not.
Got you. Okay, well,
Okay.
thank you. So I'm just seeing how they're using this as an opportunity to act like, oh, there's a crisis of anti-Semitic violence and all this type of shit when, we know what the real crisis is, but they're going to try to act like, oh my God, everybody's after the Jews, and that's just not true. And first of all, if these guys are Hebrew Israelites, okay,
Yeah, there's actually.
then how is it anti-Semitic? Because they're Jews too.
Not only that, Jamar, but there's also an increasing number of instances where they're trying to paint black people as the face of anti-Semitism.
Right.
That's not new.
No, but there's like a lot
ramping
now.
up. That's what you
Like the kid that's tagging on the synagogue has become like the anti-Semitist
okay.
now. Like,
Oh, really? And it was a black kid?
No, I'm just
'Cause
saying,
usually
like-
that's white kids do that.
I'm just saying, like, there's instances of that. Well, they're turning these stories into,
Right.
like black people targeting Jews.
Right, and if they do that, that's just
Or the-
that's a code word for we can go after these people because they're badgering God's people or whatever because they really believe that they're fucking God's people. Like it's crazy.
I mean, they're entitled to. Every religion feel that
but they
holier than the next.
Right,
So,
but
so
the way
I,
they
I'm not gonna put
move
that
is
on
like-
them, but.
It's crazy.
But this story was insane. I really got a kick. Shout out to that guy. Oh, yo, all I heard was blocker. And the news correspondent, she looked so confused. Like, please elaborate. I mean, hey, like, like, I was just waiting for boom, 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 boom. I was waiting. I'm like, somebody gonna give it to me. I don't know what channel. 247. I just need one. Boom, 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 boom. But
Well, listen,
it's unfortunate that people, lost their lives.
And I was gonna say we're not happy when anybody loses
like,
their life.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's anything to celebrate here. Like
Right,
a lot
like
of people lost their lives.
It's unfortunate that we're never gonna get the real story. We're only gonna get the official story from the news and the police. Like, we don't know what really set this off or what the true motive was, and it's just rest in peace to everyone who lost their life in the midst of this.
Right. So now, speaking of loss of life, let's move on to this young man, Juice Wrld. Okay. So, apparently,
Juice Wrld.
this guy, he's 21 years old.
He just turned 21. He's not
Just-
not even a week.
Right. Not even a week.
5 days.
Just turned 21. Is on a private jet. Somehow they got 70 pounds of weed on this jet and a bunch of pills, and guns and shit.
The guns were registered to their security.
Okay.
The guns were registered. He was returning back home from tour. I believe he was traveling from California back to home, Chicago.
Right. And
And,
apparently the pilot
The pilot.
got wind that there was some guns on the plane, and he wasn't happy about that, and he fucking narked on these motherfuckers.
He alerted the authorities. The authorities were waiting at the Chicago airport.
Right, and so Juice Wrld was so shook that he felt the smart thing to do was to drink all the pills. Like he downed all the pills real quick.
That's what's being reported. That he he took the pills and I guess while they were in the midst of being confronted by the cops, it was then where he started convulsing, and he was actually alive all the way till he got to the hospital. But as soon as he got to the hospital, he passed away. So there's a number of questions like, if you got 70 pounds of weed, why are you worried about pills? What are you at, at the stage of your career that you're in? What are you even doing with 70 pounds of weed on the plane? Who are these other people on the plane with you? Like, what role were they serving? Protecting, like, who was protecting their asset, which he is the asset. Like, there was about 10 people on this plane. In his party. I'm trying to figure out, like, was there a manager? Was there a guardian? Like, 21, no guardian, but someone whose job it was to protect him. I don't know who that person is in his life. I believe Lil Bibby, who's another artist from Chicago, to my understanding, is his manager or something. Somebody can fact check that for me. But I know Bibby, and he has a very strong stance against drugs. I've seen him, getting G Herbo ass about that. So,
well, listen, this guy was known for fucking with mad drugs. His music is all depressing and about all of that emotional shit, and he got the upside down 666 on it, and it's just like, black people, enough with this bullshit. Like, this is not you. Like, this is not you. This is another entity that was entered into hip hop that a lot of us have adopted, and this shit is just leading just to death and destruction. And you have to start, you artists, you have to start realizing the power of words and thoughts becoming things, and the energy that you manifest. Like, there's actually a song where he says, what's the 27 club? Most of us ain't making it past 21. Here you are 5-6 days into your 21st year of being on this earth, and you're gone. And there also was a trending thing a little while back to one of his songs where people were dancing and they act like they have a seizure and they start spitting up like soda and shit out their mouth.
Oh, right. It was like what's the app? TikTok?
TikTok,
like a TikTok challenge or something. But people started doing that after he died, and really.
But I think they had it before he died.
No, that's what's so crazy. It was a challenge. It was a quote unquote challenge.
And then they did it again.
But then they were doing it after he died, and then
people don't give a fuck.
Really got like.
Listen.
I guess they thought maybe they were paying homage to him, but in the grand scheme of things, like, that was crazy.
Again, it's a shame. Young black man lost his life, for some bullshit, trying to live up to a certain kind of lifestyle. And, we need to wake up from this shit.
Exactly. This might be the time where you might appreciate some of us old head rappers shit. Y'all love calling us old and washed, but I'd rather be old and washed
and be here.
And be here. Exactly.
Well, listen, we're going to take a break.
Rest in peace to him.
We're going to take a break. We come back. We got my man from Gully TV in the motherfucking house coming, sit down with us on the Godcast. We'll be right back. Clap it up, y'all.